La 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 loo. Hey, it's Matt and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to have you. Oh, I have a cat purring at me that wants up. Hi, Ketchup. Are you gonna say hi? You say hello, people. Thank you for watching. Say, hey, it's Ketchup. Welcome back to my channel. She's a natural born star. There's no such thing as time. This week, I am going to be taking you guys through the process of refinishing this table behind me. This is it done. So sneak peek, you're already seeing what it looks like. But if you don't remember, this is what it looked like before. It's a very simple, plain pine table, desk, if you will, that I bought off Facebook Marketplace for $35, which was such a steal, and it fit this space really well, and it was a lot closer to our desired aesthetic than the previous desk that we had here. So it was already an improvement, but if you know me, I wanted to make it a little more, fitting. So, oh, look at Moo, look at her. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I wanted to take this desk to the next level, make it a little more me, make it fit this space more, and be closer to that dream desk aesthetic that I was looking for. That means I had to refinish it. A project I had never done before. I've never refinished anything. I've never used it. My previous experience with power tools is completely in like 11th grade shop class. And if we're gonna be honest, and if I'm gonna be frank with you guys, I skipped that class a lot because I don't know, I didn't like the vibes. Sue me, I didn't like the vibes in there. So I might have used a planer, like for funs and giggles. I think I did like the sawing, but as I've grown up, I realized I like tools, I like things, and I like making things. So refinishing this table felt like the next step. So that's what we're doing. Before I really get going here, we're gonna go over my safety materials. I am going to be wearing some safety glasses, a face mask, and I'm going to be using a palm sander for this project. It's gonna take a lot of the work off of me from like scrubbing this down with sandpaper and make this process go a lot faster. I'm gonna be using 100 grit, 150 grit, and 180 grit for this project. And make sure that you put your hair up and out of the way. You put your face mask on properly, nice and tight, and your glasses on as well. Oh, stunning. Oh. So I do not recommend doing this indoors or in your house. Anywhere where there's soft surfaces, I'm gonna have so much vacuuming to do. But I had no choice, it's raining outside. And I wanted to do this, okay? I'm impatient. Okay, so I have done and completed like the first pass with the 100 grit, and it's looking good. I can kind of see what I'm working with better. And there are more like divots and dings than I realized. The stain, I think, was tricking my eyes a little bit. And they're a lot deeper than I thought they were gonna be. And then like there's, oh, I'm not even pointing at it. There's some that are just really in there. There is more damage here than I accounted for. I thought I'd be able to sand most of it out, but they're a lot deeper and bigger than I thought. I feel like it's one of them like cow hoof videos. Do you know the ones where they like carve out the cow hoof? I feel like that's what this table has become, is my cow hoof. And like the mess is always deeper underneath, and they're a lot bigger and deeper than they looked on the top. So I'm gonna have to actually go pick up some wood fill. I don't have any on hand and I don't wanna go out. So what I'm gonna do is leave the top where it is and start working on the sides and the legs and sanding all that down and go from there. If this makes sense to you, it's kind of like straightening your hair, you know? Like it's better to go slow and do it in less passes than lots of passes, I'm noticing. And how hard could it be? Boys do it. How hard could it be? Boys do it. Like, good morning, guys. So I think I said this yesterday and I said it like kind of silly, like ha ha ha, goofy, don't do this inside. Don't do this inside. I am so dumb. I am so stupid for doing this inside. But stupid is as stupid does. I'm gonna continue to do it today because doing it outside is just gonna be too much work. Not too much work, but a different kind of work that I just don't want to do. I would rather be stuck inside having to like deep clean my house from sawdust than have to like deal with all the work that would go into like figuring out how to do this outside in the rain. Like I just don't have that. So we're just gonna pay the piper and go with it because we have more sanding to do. We have more sanding to do. So, oh God, this was a bad choice. I made a very bad choice, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. So let me show you where we're at. Currently, the desk is almost entirely stripped. Like it's almost entirely done with that first layer. I only have these last this inside part of this leg and the inside part of this leg, and then the rest of this to do as well with the 150. The top is looking really nice. I know I said I was gonna go in with the wood fill, but I got them into a place where like I kind of like the dings and scratches. Like they look less like pencil marks and more just like age and wear and tear. So I decided I'm gonna keep them. I like things that look old. So maybe this will add character. Oh, also, this is an extra precaution I'm taking today. I know it should be plastic, but I don't have plastic. So I'm just gonna put up an old sheet that I used to paint to like block this part of the kitchen so no sawdust gets in there. I've also done that to the couch. And I also laid this out a lot bigger and like cleared as much as I could out of this space so that I don't have to like re-clean stuff I already cleaned, but I'm gonna have to clean anyway. So it is what it is. Now that all the bulk is gone, like I've got all of the stain off and I've sanded out as much of the dings and stuff as I want to, I'm happy with the state of the legs. They're in rougher condition, but I like them. I think they're gonna look really pretty in that darker stain, and I think it's gonna help add a little charm to the table. I don't want it to be perfect. So I've decided that I'm only gonna do the finishing sanding on the top and kind of let the bottoms be a little bit more scraggly. That may be a controversial choice, but I'm making it because I think it will look cute and also because I wanna limit the amount of sanding I'm doing, to be totally honest. So let's change out my sandpaper from the 150 grit. I have unplugged it and like locked it. So like even if I wanted to press it, I can't. Oh, I didn't unplug it, hold on. I'm a liar. Okay, unplugged. So it's unplugged and it's locked. So there's like no way this is turning on. And I did this wrong the first time I did it. So yesterday I loaded this guy wrong. So I'm gonna actually show you how to do it. The first step is if you have these sheets of sandpaper. I got these at the hardware store. I think I paid $1 per sheet. You can get, if you have a palm sander like this, you can get 4 pieces out of it. And all I did was bend it in half with the grit facing in. It doesn't matter if you do hot dog or hamburger, but I don't know, I just find this way easier. And smidge it. Ooh, that sound. Ooh, I can't tell if I like it or not. You squidge it and it kind of rips it already, like it kind of perforates it. And then I just pull it apart. And then that is 2 pieces, and this is 2 pieces, and you just do the same thing. You fold it over again, this time the opposite way. And it's gonna give you like a little rectangle of sandpaper. There we go. So now I have this perfect little square, and this is what we're gonna load onto the sander. So to unload the piece of sandpaper that's already on here, it's clipped on at the top and at the back on the bottom there. You can take the bag off. I think it's fine to do without the bag. It's not that difficult. If you're having trouble see it, take the bag off. But there's these little side levers here that you push in and they click out. I'll show you better on this side. You push it in and it clicks out. It's like stuck behind here. And that makes these little levers in the front and the back open and close. Watch right here. Open and close, open and close. And that's what's holding down the sandpaper. So it's held down at the top. So I'm gonna take my sandpaper, I'm gonna lay it down, and you kind of want it to be like the long side to be this way because you need it on the front and the back, the extra. And I like to do it from back to front. That's just the easiest for me. So I push the back up, load. Let me see if that's better for you to see. You can push this, so this lever back here is open, put it in all the way, and then smush it and click it. So now that's in there locked, and she's in there real good, and this is locked. And I fold this under. You can lay it flat on your surface, and this one opens this way, and you just do the same thing. You just, I know this is probably terrible for you to see because it's kind of tricky. But do you see how it's going in there? And now it's in the front, and I'm taking the side and clicking it. Now it's clipped in here, and I've got fresh. This is 150, and I think I'm only gonna use the 150 on the top and just give it a good go around, and then we can move on to hand sanding up the details. Oh, this is very smooth. Okay, I like this. I'm happy with this. Detail sanding time. Here's what I'm talking about when I say the detail sanding. Getting like inside, you see how like this still has stain on it, like this little lip. I totally could have taken this table apart, but you know what? I have gone this far messing this up. I might as well keep going. I don't know if you're like that, I'm like that. Like I've already made a disaster. Why not continue to suffer? I made improvements, but like I'm not gonna take these legs off now. And so what I'm doing is taking that 100 grit sandpaper, just a chunk, and I folded it up so that it's on both sides, and I'm just running it in here like this. Hold on, let me put my mask on. Wear glasses too, I'm just showing you this for the camera. I am going in like this. I'm getting as much of that off as I can. And like anything I see on the corners, I'm also like softening all the edges. I did do that with the power sander, but anywhere where I see like a harsh edge, I'm kind of like rounding it off. I like that look. I feel like that makes the tables look more worn. Also here, like my sander didn't quite get in this corner, so I can just go in and get like up in this edge. And this side too. It is time to work on like the fun part, the part that isn't gonna mess up my house. I've opened up all the windows in here. The cats are locked away. They've been locked away for a couple of days, so they can't come out. They're safe and they're good. And here's everything I have. I'm going to be using the Bear system this time. I haven't used Bear stain before. Oh, I don't know if I should shake that or not, but I did. I'm gonna be using the Bear water-based stain. This is the water-based pre-stained wood conditioner. This is not the nicest wood, so I figured pre-conditioning it would be a good idea because I do want this to like go as well as possible. And then I'm going to be going in with the water-based stain and poly in one from Bear in the color Mission Oak. I love this color. It's nice and deep and rich. It's warm still, so it will go with the floors. And of course, I'm going to be using my handy dandy staining glove and just a bunch of rags. Once I have the pre-stain on and everything is looking nice and even, I'm gonna let that sit on there for about 10-15 minutes or until it is dry. And then we will go in with the Bare Mission Oak. I love this color. It is so rich and so pretty. And I'm going to be applying 2 coats of this. I might go for a third. We never know. Sometimes I feel like I need more, so we'll do more if I feel like we need to, but we'll start with 2 and go from there.
Another rainy afternoon, I don't know what I'm to do. I just miss you more than anything. Way too quiet in the house. I'm just wasted on the couch, 'cause I don't wanna feel anything. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon. I know the hour's getting late. I shouldn't sit here contemplating. I just can't stop thinking about us. I won't forget a single thing, from drunken nights to Sunday mornings, and how you smile at me. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon.
All right, the second coat is on and she's looking so good. I did notice that after I did the first coat, like it was looking, and then once it dried, it looked a lot better. And now going with the second coat again, I'm like, but I have faith that it's gonna dry and look beautiful. I'm gonna let this dry and cure for another hour, and I might lose daylight. So this might be a 3-day project. I will update you guys as soon as I know what I'm doing. As if it's not gonna be any time for you. You will literally know time. Time and space. I don't know about it. Not my business. Hi, it is day 3 and I love the color. I think it's turned out really beautiful. I love the depth it has. It's still warm, but it's not that like yellow piney color anymore. I'm much happier with this. But I really want to just add a little special detail because I feel like that's what's missing here. It doesn't feel very special. So, blah, 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 blah. I bought this at the craft store at Michael's. It is just Deco Art Dazzling Metallics metallic acrylic paint in the color Emperor's Gold. And this is just so pretty. It's that like deep bronzy gold that I love. So I want to add this paint into all of these little like notch details that kind of just go away. I want to add the gold paint in there and make it maybe look like it's a metal detail, or just like add a little extra sprinkle, you know? I want to give my desk a little sprinkle. I ain't getting any sprinkle. My desk might as well get some sprinkle. Nurse Trixie. And I am just going to be applying this with just some, I'm pretty sure both of these are from the dollar store. They're just paintbrushes from my stash. Just have a larger brush to just kind of like bulk do the center, and then a smaller detail brush in order to like get in all the nooks and crannies. And this one is just like a ratty big old boy. I'm gonna go around all the crevices, and this detail is in all the like these bottom side panels, and then it's also in on all the feet. There's like a ring at the bottom. So I'll fill all of these ridges in and we will see what it looks like. Ooh, can you see that? Oh, it shows up really well on camera. Yeah, it just like grabs the light. Yeah, that just grabs the light so beautifully. And really just adds a little oomph, you know?
Something about you isn't right. I swear you can make me lose my mind. Lying here awake at night. If this is love, then I don't want it. Why you gotta be so complicated? I'm sick and tired of contemplating. I don't wanna be here waiting. If this is love, then I don't want it. I can't be the one you keep running to whenever you feel down. I can't be that someone who'll always be there when something's wrong. I can't rely on you now. I can't rely on you anymore. I can't depend on you now. I can't rely on you. Why is everything so problematic? Why are you acting so neglected? It feels so cold and unaffected. Swear to God that I don't want this. No. Something about you isn't right.
All right, everyone, I am so pleased with how this turned out. I think it suits the space a lot better. It is so much deeper and richer, and I love the little gold detail. I'm really excited to see what it looks like at night with all the mood lighting and stuff in here. I'm really hoping that gold, the metallic, like catches the light and makes it look glinty and gleamy a little bit. And I like that it's subtle. You can see it, like it definitely, you can tell something's there, but it's not like, you know, I love a subtle detail. I love something that you kind of have to look for to see, and that isn't overpowering, but does add another layer. Like it's like a kind of like underpainting or doing cream blush under your real blush. Like just an extra level of oomph to give it more personality and more individuality. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I thought this would be the last video in this little mini series, but while I was doing this project, I realized there's like a few smaller DIYs that I want to add to this space to really like bring it to life, add more character, and be totally done with it. So next week will be the finale episode of this like home office makeover, and we'll be diving in to details and like storage solutions. So look forward to that. I will see you guys next Sunday. Let me get you a cat. They are playing. So let me see. You guys, this is a special treat just for you. It's Linny. She was sleeping, and we've been friends, and she's like been chill with me picking her up lately, so I don't feel so bad about it. But I don't know if you guys have ever like seen her up close. She's really just a big black void. She's got, oh yeah, she's gonna be done in a second here. She's just got the little white patch on her chin. Okay, I'm sorry. You go. She's the one I got the little shell tattoo for because she has a little pearl, and now I have a little pearl. She is so amazing, and watching her grow and blossom into a confident cat has been so fun. I'll see you guys next week.